So I went to a comic book store. I'll show you what I have. It was free comic book day, and they were also giving free food, free pizza. Who can't turn down free pizza? You know? Anyway, so I got there and I did the first thing that any normal person will do, which is look for the manga section. And I'm searching around. I don't see it. They don't sell manga. Whatever, you know? So I go to the free comic books just to see what they have. They let you take as many as you want, which is cool. One of the guys asked me if I'm looking for anything specific, and I told him, hey, you know, I read a lot of manga, but not comic books. Do you have any recommendations? And the guy was like, I don't read manga. I can't really tell you much. You should probably read Marvel. Those comics are pretty good. And then he walked away. Wow, you know, that was like the best sales pitch that I ever heard of, you know. It made me want to buy comic books. It made me want to spend all of my money that I had that day and just splurge on Marvel comic books. That was the most amazing sales pitch that I ever heard in my life. Anyways, that's the thing that I noticed in a comic book store, which was a new comic book store. It opened up in less than a year ago in my town. And I'm just surprised, you know, the people working there, they're not really good at sales. They're not. He could have lied to me, you know. He could have said, hey, you know what? Since you like manga, I got the perfect thing for you. Why don't you pick up this title right here? You know, I know you're going to love it. He could have lied to me. He could have tried to sell me something. But no, he didn't have any interest in manga. He's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, so I can't help you. I don't know. And with the way that the sales for manga are outperforming comic books, you will think that it will be a good business decision to include manga in your store, you know. I was there and there were like 2 older adults there, no kids in that store. And one of the older adults was a really old guy in clutches talking about how he used to read comics when he was a little kid. So what I'm trying to say is that not a lot of young people are passing down this hobby of comics, in my opinion. I really see a lot of kids reading manga. Whenever I go to the Books a Million or Barnes and Noble, that's where I see the young people. So you will think that in order to get more of a customer base of different ages in your store, you will sell manga, but no, they don't. And I think that's the biggest problem with comic book stores. They don't see it as a business. They see it as, this is my hobby and I'm gonna try to make a business out of this. But they don't look at the business aspect of who is your customers, you know. Who are your customers? What do you want to, what sells the most? What should I sell in my store? They don't care about that. They don't care about hiring people that know how to sell comics when a customer comes in the door. And sadly, I wouldn't be surprised if in a year or two that comic book closes and it's no longer there. I've seen that a lot with a lot of comic book stores in my area. They last for a year and a half, and they close down because they don't know what the business should be like. They don't think about that. They're just a fan base. They just collect comics and they think they can just jump into making a business out of it. Anyways, let me show you the manga that I have. Sorry, I didn't mean to get too gloomy, but I just wanted to mention something that I noticed. I felt bad because I didn't want to just eat and grab free comic books and not purchase anything. So I purchased this Spider-Man comic. It seems to be the first one. I already read it. It was okay, you know. I think if I'm gonna get into comics, I'm not gonna purchase any superhero stuff. I think I'm burned out of the superhero stuff due to all the Marvel movies. So I should probably look for something that isn't related to superheroes. I'm pretty sure there's comics like that. I just don't know what they are yet. But I read it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It's just since I don't read comics much, I didn't get drawn into it. One thing that I will say about this is that this is the first issue, and then it spent time explaining how Peter became Spider-Man. They just started a story where Peter is already Spider-Man and doing stuff. But it wasn't bad. This cost me like $6 and something, which is pretty expensive compared to the number of pages. I know they're all color, but I don't know. I don't really care much for a full color comic book. I'm okay with the way manga does it, which is just black and white, and then you get a few color pages every now and then, and it's fine, you know, because I don't know. I'm just not crazy about spending so much money just because they're color pages, you know. Other stuff that I bought: Street Fighter Blanca. I think that's how you pronounce it. It was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty funny because there's no words. It's just a story told. Because I guess Blanca can't speak, so the whole story is told like that, and it was actually pretty cool. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but this was pretty cool. Ninja Turtles. I feel nostalgia because I remember watching the cartoons or playing the games when I was a kid, but I didn't like the art. The sample that they provided wasn't good. It was a chapter that wasn't really that interesting, so didn't care for it. Next, this one called Nottingham. I think something related with Peter Pan. No, Peter Pan. Robin Hood. The story was good. I will be interested in reading more of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, but this one was good. They had some manga as comic book samples, and I read One Dance, and that was actually pretty good. And Blackguard also looks very promising, so I may get the volumes for these two series because it was good. It was good. And then we have Kaiju number 8, and we had a chapter for Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto was pretty hilarious, pretty funny. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it because I don't want it to get repetitive. But Kaiju number 8, I'm collecting it right now, so this is pretty good. A nice collectible, you know. This one was crap. I thought it was gonna be good because it was Spider-Man and Venom, but the sample was pretty crappy. I didn't even understand what was going on. Waste of time. I think it's just I don't like the superhero genre in comic books. The same for this. I like the artwork, but they chose the wrong chapters as a sample. I didn't understand anything, so too bad. Sonic the Hedgehog. I like the video games. I want to watch the movies, but I didn't really care much for the comic itself. I don't know what this was. It was just a sample of different comics, and I didn't like them either. And this one was crappy too. Too much going on. There's the Avengers, and then the other group that protects the Earth. There was a movie that just came out recently. I forgot the name, but didn't care for it. So, anyways, that's my experience with comic books. If you think that you have a good recommendation for me to read as far as comic book goes, let me know. Don't give me anything as far as superhero stuff. Not big into that. But if you have anything, let me know. I would love to hear what you think about it. Thank you.